people, welcome to United View and welcome to another road trip for our dreaded trip to the Amex to face Brighton. And I say dreaded, I'm sorry, a few of you guys have been coming at me on Twitter saying, Flex, why so pessimistic? Flex, we can do it. Flex, don't feel down. And the other half of you have been like, I feel it, Flex, you're right, this is a tough game and they don't have much hope of us winning this game. So look, it is tough. It is going to be a tough game, I understand that. But it's one that we just, every time we go there, recently, last couple of times, we haven't won. And just away from that, our away form this season against the top half teams has just been so bad, man, so bad. And when it matters in these big games, when teams put it on us a little bit, I just get really worried. Now again, like I said to Owen at the start, when we was talking this morning, I really hope I'm wrong. I hope that I'm coming out of the ground saying, couldn't believe that. Couldn't believe that we managed to win. Couldn't believe the performance from Bruno. Couldn't believe the performance from, Lindelof and Shaw again to keep a clean sheet and, the team. Great. I want to be wrong, but I just got a bad feeling about this game. So apologies to start on like such a somber note, but you know what I mean? What's the point of me doing this if I'm just going to lie and not tell you how I actually feel at this precise moment? Team news wise, we've seen some news online about who the travelling team are. Garnacho, who we knew it was going to be too soon for him, he didn't travel as well. Maguire is in the squad. Other than that, it's pretty much as you were. There's still nothing wrong with Martial, which is good. He's in the squad. Be interested to see if he starts. Does he start? Does he start with the team that basically played against Brighton in the cup final, which I think he probably will. Apart from fullback could be interesting. Fullback could be interesting because Dallow's in a good moment. Do you drop him altogether and put Malacia left back, or do you play Malacia left back again and keep Dallow right back to keep building him up? But I just think he'll go with Wan-Bissaka or Mitoma. I think he has to. Well, I think he has to. I'm not saying that if Dallow plays against Mitoma, he's going to get absolutely ripped and he can't defend and he can't play well, because that's just not true. Dallow can do it, and he has done it before in big games against big opposition. But if you're asking me to choose what I would do, Wan-Bissaka's coming straight back in for me. I know with different tactics, Erik ten Hag might be like, listen, I think we're going to have the ball with how we're going to play. But I can't see it being too dissimilar from how Brighton were at Wembley. And that is, I say we let them have the ball, but that's understanding how good they are with the ball, giving them the respect that they deserve on the ball, but also being very tactically tuned in ourselves by, trying to get them on a counter-attack, good in transitions, engaging with them, and winning duels like Luke Shaw and Lindelof did on Danny Welbeck and others in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Luke Shaw was so aggressive on Danny Welbeck when he was trying to drop off the front, drop into midfield, try and create gaps for everybody else. Luke Shaw just followed him right in and engaged. So I think the tactics will probably be the same. Let's face it, De Zerbi's not going to change, is he? De Zerbi's not going to change what he's done and how Brighton play. We're a little bit more adaptive because we haven't got our style of play completely sorted yet. We've got our principles of what we do with the inverted fullbacks. We've got fullbacks going into midfield, like Cam was talking about, that 5-player overload at the top end of the pitch when we've got the ball. We've got little patterns and things that we've seen, but in terms of the way Brighton manipulate the ball, we haven't got as much technical players as them, and that sounds crazy to say, but we don't. So we've seen that by the two playing styles, and we've seen that with how Brighton play every game versus how we play every game, and we've seen it by the game we played against them. So midfield going to be really important. I think he'll probably go with the same three that have still never lost a game together, in Casemiro, Eriksen and Bruno. Really important. I think it's important for Anthony to come back into the side as well. His energy is going to be fantastic, going to need that. I just don't, and then Rashford, or do you play Sancho and keep him getting some confidence, keep Sancho kind of building? But again, I think Rashford will go back to the left, and Martial will go back up front, and obviously De Gea in goal. But for me, away from the players and the individuals of like who should play and our best team is this, we need to play that, I think we kind of see what our best team is out of what we've got available. Yeah, there's a few things you can change. Like I said, is it Mitoma or Dallow? Is it Dallow or Wan-Bissaka against Mitoma, or do you put Rashford instead of Martial out front? There's a couple of little things in there, but other than that, the team is the team. We know the main players that are going to play. The key is this. The key is the mentality to go there and put in a performance. Because look, if we don't pick it, look, we need to win 3 games, right? We need 9 points out of the remaining 18 points, right? It's 3 wins. Now, there's a few ways of doing it. Obviously, in great fashion, it'll be fantastic to get a win today, beat West Ham, and then whoever the next home game is, I think it's Wolves, beat them. That'd be fantastic. But we all know what this Manchester United side is like away from home. So I just think it's about mentality today, because look, what we don't want, although we only need to get 9 points, which, yeah, the 3 wins, although we only need that, what you don't want is to keep ticking off the games and you're getting close towards the end of the season, you still ain't got it. And then you're heading into the last couple of games, albeit Bournemouth will be safe by then, or albeit Chelsea are playing for nothing or whatever, but still, you don't want to go to Bournemouth on the last day of the season having to win, when we've got 5 games before that where we can get the 9 points really easily. And that's why I'm a little bit worried about. People, you guys might be at home saying, Flex, what? Stop talking like this, Flex. It's going to be fine. But this is how I genuinely feel. You know, before we know it, before we play on Sunday at the late game against West Ham, if we don't win today, that gap could be 1 point. That gap, if we lose today, Liverpool will win at home against, who have they got? Brentford, I think they got. They're going to win all their games, in my opinion, Liverpool. That game could be 1 point. And yes, that would have been what? There'll be 2 games in hand by then if we lose today. So it still should be all right. It changes things psychologically. It puts pressure on you psychologically. It changes the dynamic. And what we've seen with this team is, again, when the pressure's on, sometimes we haven't quite been at it. But there's pressure today. There is pressure. You know, even if we lost, obviously it's still in our own hands. It wouldn't be horrible. But again, for momentum, it's just not good. The draw against Spurs, then we managed to pick it back up against Villa, which was really good. We need to, if we can just get a couple of wins on the bounce here, by winning tonight would be absolutely massive. And I just want us to finally beat a team in the top half, because the other 2 teams who've got to play away from home are in the bottom half. To be fair, Bournemouth could actually be in the top half by then. You never know how good they're doing. But by the time we play them, you'd assume they're still going to be in the bottom half, them and West Ham. This is the last opportunity we've got to, you know, save a big away performance, to say, you know what, you've let us down all season away from home. And I'm not being picky, I'm only talking about the away performances. You've let the fans down in so many games away from home in the top half of the table, where we've had some really embarrassing ones and some tough ones. You know, the one where we didn't win against, got a last minute equaliser from Casemiro against Chelsea. We conceded in the last minute against Arsenal. Those are the ones where they've been decent-ish performances, fair play. You know, the one against Palace, very dominant, didn't kill the game. They score a free kick. But then we've had exceptionally bad ones: the Liverpool, the Aston Villa, the Newcastle, the Man City. You know, really embarrassing one. Okay, Brentford was the second game of the season, but it's on there, it's on the record. So I just want us to go in and put in a performance and say, you know what, we've managed to do it, a big performance. And actually, I think if we do win tonight, I think then that puts us in good stead for West Ham, and then actually we can get this done nice and early and have that, you know, breathing space from now to the cup final to get everyone cup tuned in. So yes, I'm dreading it. I'm not looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a draw. I can't see us winning, but I hope I'm. And remember, this video is brought to you by the Circl app. You can see the QR code in the bottom hand corner of the screen. Make sure you download the app. If you don't want to use the QR code, the link's in the video description below to the app as well. We've got a Circl shifter today, £300 jackpot, okay, £3 to play, really, really easy. It will be explained to you at the beginning of the match fees. So make sure you keep those guys company, all right? So I will see you after the game with Marcel at the Amex, hopefully after 3 points. I'm out of here. Peace.